Hi everyone, this is Emmy, and today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little miniature stockings for Christmas ornaments. So the first thing we're going to do is chain 20. Ten, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So we have chain 20. We're going to single crochet in the second stitch from the hook, not this stitch, this stitch. And we're going to single crochet in every stitch across the chain. So single crochet in every stitch across the chain. We're single crocheting across. Okay, so now I'm just going to speed up to finish to the end of the row. And we're single crochet in the last stitch of the chain. And so this is what your work looks like. You have single crochets across the row. Chain 1 and turn. I'm going to skip this first stitch because we always start working in the second stitch. I'm going to single crochet across the row. So single crochet in each stitch across the row. Single crochet, single crochet. We're going to work all the way across. Okay, so I'm just going to speed that up a bit and work to my regular speed, which I'm sorry is warp speed, but simple repeat of the same stitch, so I don't think I need to show you every stitch as we do it. And we're at the end of the row. So we now have 2 rows of single crochets across the row. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. So we're going to do that for 2 more rows. So I'm just going to do that off camera. Okay, so up till now this is what your work looks like. And you have your original foundation chain and then 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of single crochet. So now we're going to have to reduce. So what the part that we have just constructed is this part. So now we're going to reduce so that we can work this part. So we're going to slip stitch in the first 4 stitches. So I turn, I slip stitch in the first 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to single crochet in every stitch across the row, except when I get to the end I'm not going to work in the last 4 stitches because we have to make the other side of the sock match. So I'm getting close here. I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to leave those 4 stitches unworked so that it matches on this side the 4 stitches that we slip stitched into. So now I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and I'm going to single crochet in every stitch across the row. Not going to work into that first stitch because the chain 1 takes the place of that first stitch. Remembering that at the end of the row there will be 4 stitches that will not get worked into, and those are the 4 stitches where we slip stitch. Just going to count to make sure we have our 4 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to single crochet again in that last stitch, and we can just check. We do 1 more stitch and we leave the last 4 stitches unworked. And this is what your work looks like. It's starting to have a long section, and now we've got a reduced section that we're working on. So I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and I'm going to single crochet across the row of reduced stitches. Single crochet in every stitch across the row. And the last one. Now I'm going to repeat this, so I'm just going to do that off camera, and then I'll come back and show you how it looks. Okay, now I've completed the sock. And so what we have is the 4 original rows of single crochets that we did in the section that was wider, and then we have 8 rows of single crochets in this section. And again, that's going to fold over like this, and this is going to be the booty. So now what we're going to be doing is working this cuff, the turn down cuff. So we're going to fasten off this red section, and we're going to add some white yarn. Okay, so here we go. We can fasten that off, and I have some white yarn here. So I'm going to attach the white yarn in this same stitch. We're just going to single crochet across, but I'm going to increase twice across, because just to make the cuff not be tight. So in this stitch I'm going to make 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and then approximately here, halfway across, I'm going to make another stitch with 2 single crochets, and it doesn't matter exactly where. Here, I'll do it here, 2 single crochets in this stitch, and then single crochet right to the end of the row. And I'm going to chain 1 and turn. And again, if I'm going to work across the row for 3 or 4 rows to make the cup. So I'm just going to do that off camera, and I'll be back. Okay, so now I have completed 4 rows of the cuff. So I'm just going, before I fasten off, I'm just going to bring the cuff sides both together, and I'm going to slip stitch to join. Just slip stitch to close up this cuff. Okay, so now that I've slip stitched the cuff together, I'm going to fasten off the white. Okay, so now we're going to single crochet all around this outside edge. So I'm just going to go back into this stitch, and I'm going to attach the red. Again, I like to lock my stitch by just making 1 slip stitch with both ends of the yarn, and then I'm going to single crochet all down the 2 sides, closing up the sock, just matching the stitches to both sides of the sock, and I just single crochet around in each stitch. Single crochet around, matching the stitches and single crocheting through both sides. And I'm single crocheting across the bottom of this cute little sock. So now I'm going to fasten off. Fasten off. And there's your little finished sock. So what we have to do now is put this yarn into a needle and weave it through, and we'll do the same thing with these 2 yarns. We'll thread them into a yarn needle and pass them through, and there we have the little cuff turned down. And now I'm going to show you how to make this little snowflake design on the front. Okay, so I've just threaded some white yarn into a yarn needle, and I made a knot in the end, so then I'm just going to bring it through approximately somewhere in the center of this booty, just anywhere in these stitches in the center. But I'm going to go in through a stitch, and then I'm going to tuck that knot to the inside. Okay, place my finger inside just so that I don't go through both sides. I'm going to go in through a stitch, try to go straight up, and then approximately halfway over I'm going to come back out in another stitch like that, and then I'm going to work across. Then I'm going to place my needle through there, and I'm going to come out again halfway between these two X's, because now I'm just going to make another X on top of the first X. So I come over to here and I go in and I bring the needle out across here like that, and then I bring my needle over here and I just come back out in the center like this. And then just to bind off, you can just take another stitch in the center and then make another stitch, and then you can cut that off. So there's your little snowflake design, and we're going to weave this into the back of the work. And if you wanted to, you could chain a little holder for hanging your little sock, or you could just do as I've done here and just pass some beads on a regular Christmas ornament hanger and then pass that through the top. And you can make these with any size yarn or any size crochet hook, and just experiment with it and you'll find a size that you like.